Tonight, I bring you a story of a mother's strength. Her daughter was misdiagnosed, but through fear, pain, and uncertainty, meet Mrs. Jyotsana Suri. She was a teacher by profession and a rock-solid pillar of support. She faced every challenge with courage. Please welcome Mrs. Jyotsana Suri. The stage is yours.
Using clumps of hair. My first instinct was that, you don't put white.
You don't?
And initially, to be very honest, I didn't take it seriously.
Okay.
12 to 15 pricks in the scalp. We all went there, and that is when we came to know it's wrong diagnosis. So I went, अभी तो test नहीं हुए थे.
And those tests are very expensive.
Very, very expensive, yes. So I went back to the same guy, the endo guy, and I said, wrong diagnosis आपने किया है. What? I would love to take his name, but I'm not going to. Even today, if I go to him and I say my name, I name and my daughter's name, he will not give us an apology.
All right. So, hi guys, we're back again with part two. Part one was with Ankita, who's my friend and alopecia advocate. And I thought all these, YouTube podcasts that I've seen related to my friend Ankita, there was one person who was missing, our support pillar, our very own mother, the one and only, without any further ado, Miss Jyotsana Suri. Jai Guruji Auntie, how are you?
Jai Guruji, I'm good, Shayak. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I would like you to introduce yourself in the most shortest way.
Okay, I am basically an educationist by profession.
Oh, wow.
So, been teaching for a good 3 decades or more.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. And love being with children around. I feel it's become a passion now. So even now, I conduct online classes.
That's lovely.
And
So, Auntie, what subject do you teach and which students?
my subjects are English and social science.
Oh, wow. So, I can correlate to you with my mother because my mother is also from the education background. She used to teach English and psychology to college level students, and she has started her career as a PRT, then PGT and TGT teacher. Without any further ado, I'll start with my questions. All right. First of all, as I said, a very warm welcome once again from my side. And before we get started, I would like us a little bit. I mean, you've already spoken about. Apart from who exactly are you outside of being Ankita's mother?
Outside of me being Ankita's mother.
Yes. Because we all know, at least I know that you are a very solid, rock support system for Ankita. But apart from that, being a rock support system, what else would you like to, associate with your daughter?
I think with time, it is when life throws lemons at you.
Make lemonade.
It's up to you how you use them. Make lemonade or what do you do?
Shikanji.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So there were times, and behind what I am today is my father.
Okay.
He was a doctor by profession, and I was the only child, and I was extremely close to him.
Absolutely, like any child to their parents.
So, I didn't have to think. He's my father. मुझे इनको ऐसी बात नहीं करनी चाहिए. I could speak to him about anything and everything.
That's so nice.
And I tell almost everybody, including my children, they know it, that I am what he's made me into today. Otherwise, I would have been somebody else.
No, I think, Auntie, what you just said, I can pretty much correlate this to myself. And in fact, anybody and everybody who was very close to their parents, they're actually all a reflection of their, upbringing and the good values that they got from them. So, when I spoke to Ankita, So it absolutely reflects the good, mannerisms and etiquettes that you've instilled in her. So
Right.
absolutely. Now, I would like to ask you if you can just take us back to the day when you first noticed there was something different with Ankita's hair. What do you remember at that particular moment?
There were, she was losing clumps of hair. It
Mm-hmm.
was not just जैसे बाल झड़ना जिसको कहते. It was not
Mm-hmm.
like that. It
Mm-hmm.
was coming out in clumps. So
Clumps as in a
initial,
gucha.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, my first instinct was that, you don't put oil.
You don't put oil. Okay.
Oil नहीं, तेल नहीं लगाते हो बालों में. That is
Mm-hmm.
why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, to be very honest, I didn't take it seriously.
Okay.
That when the, part continued,
Mm-hmm.
that is when I realized that this is something that needs to be looked into,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to consult a doctor and so on. So, there was one particular doctor in Chandigarh again, because she mentioned the journey was all through in
Yes.
Chandigarh.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like koi vaid, koi hakim, koi doctor. Anybody would tell me anything, I would take her there.
Okay.
Basic aim was कि किसी तरीके से ठीक हो जाए.
Okay.
So we took, we went to him, and so he said, no, initially it was some problem. And so what he would do, he would, fill an injection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know with what medicine. And he would inject it in her scalp.
Okay.
12 to 15 pricks in the scalp. There he would inject, उधर बाल आ जाते थे, दूसरी जगह the problem would start.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing which came to the mind again, let's go and consult another guy, another skin specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to him, and he मजाक करने लगे, because when I asked, she asked, क्या हो गया? तो उन्होंने मजाक किया, तुमको तिरुपति जाने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Oh, Tirupati,
Yeah,
Balaji.
वहां जब people donate the hair.
Uh-huh.
So he put her on medicines and everything, hair oil and medicines. So by that time, again, the stage was pretty close to what she's now,
Mm-hmm.
but it pura nahi tha.
I
So
see.
again, 3-4 months, we went back again, and I said, kuch farak nahi pad raha.
Acha.
And that is when he said, no, it is not a dermatology department case. You have to go to an endocrinologist. In the series of tests. अभी तक
And,
टेस्ट नहीं हुए थे.
and those tests are very expensive.
Very, very expensive, yes. And again, the first question that both of us had for the endo guy was also, she said, मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगी.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, हाँ, हम बैठे हैं. And after the test, he put her on a very, very heavy dose of steroids. As a layman,
Mm-hmm.
I am consulting the doctor, and I am believing in him.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't know what medicine you're giving my girl, but a very, very heavy dose. So,
Okay.
even when the dose was stopped after a couple of years, by the time she had added a lot of weight, of course, the hair problem remained the same. There was no improvement. So again, a very dear friend of mine, she works with Sahayata Cancer in Chandigarh.
Okay.
She referred us to another doctor. She had mentioned, we all went there, and that is when we came to know it's wrong diagnosis. So I went back to the same guy, the endo guy, and I said, wrong diagnosis आपने किया है. What? First, he refused to meet me. Even today, Shayak, if I may say this, I would love to take his name, but I'm not going to.
No,
Even
no,
today, if I go to him and I say my name, I name and my daughter's name, he will not give us an appointment.
because I think he has maybe in his conscious he does not want to agree that whatever he has done is wrong, because
And then much later again we came to know that steroids are not stopped abruptly. They are weaned off slowly. Because she was on a very, very heavy dose. They were stopped abruptly totally. Number of
So,
doctors going here, going there, PGI.
Mhm.
But, and, I mean, so that's it.
आपके पापा डॉक्टर थे, तो आपने पहले उनको कंसल्ट किया, बिकॉज आई डोंट नॉट नो व्हाट बैकग्राउंड इज ही,
He
लाइक
was
वाज
a
ही जनरल
radiologist.
रेडियोलॉजिस्ट? ओके,
He was a radiologist.
ओके, तो वो तो
So
फिर उनके स्कोप में नहीं था।
I shared all her reports with him.
अच्छा,
Because उन दिनों WhatsApp तो होता नहीं था,
नहीं नहीं,
mobiles होते
एब्सोल्युटली,
नहीं था.
बिल्कुल भी
So
नहीं।
I would, get a photo stat and then mail
हम्म,
it to him.
अच्छा, सो ही वाज नॉट इन चंडीगढ़, ही वाज
No, he was
एल्सवेयर।
in Kota, if you've heard the name of the
कोटा,
place.
या इट्स इन राजस्थान,
Yeah,
यस
yeah,
आई,
yeah.
दैट वाज माय ज्योग्राफी इज गुड।
So he was in Kota. So I would get a
ओके,
photocopy of the whatever reports that were there, the medicines and
ओके,
all. And he would also say, the doctor knows best. Bharosa rakho us pe. I'm sure everything will work out. And then he
तो
mentioned give her a very protein-rich diet. Maybe, that is also working. So we tried. I mean, I tried. We tried I was alone, single parent. So that's it.
So, Auntie, what I understand, this problem, the root cause of this problem was at the very starting. It was a wrong diagnosis by the person that you just. I mean, we don't want to name him. Let's consider he's Doctor X. So
Hmm.
basically, he messed up the entire treatment. When he went to other doctors, they confirmed that this is not what should have been um, the course to treat this particular problem. And I understand, as a parent, if I were at your place, I would have really got mad, and maybe gone to that long process of legal proceedings and all that stuff. So
So
I
I
want
was
to know.
advised, I'll cut you short here. I was advised by a number of my friends,
Hmm,
but then I was, what is the point?
yes,
All those wasted years are not going to come back.
true.
The
No, I'm
damage
not
that has
talking about
been,
now. I'm talking not talking about now. When you realized it, when Ankita was a kid, in her teens, when this problem started happening, the moment you came to know that it is all false diagnosis, because of which this has led to uh, this condition in which she is. So at that point of time, you didn't feel like that you should do some legal proceedings against this particular
like
person.
I said, I would talk about anything and everything to my father.
Oh,
And his
okay.
words were, वो बीते हुए साल जो हैं, जो वेस्ट हुए हैं, वो वापस तो नहीं आएंगे.
Yeah, he's right. आई कैन डेफिनेटली अंडरस्टैंड कि मतलब अगर एक बार फॉल्स डायग्नोसिस हो जाए और वो जिंदगी भर के लिए उस यू हैव टू सफर इट, देन उससे बड़ा कोई पेन नहीं है. बट आंटी, आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर सच अ स्ट्रॉन्ग source of inspiration to Ankita, that whatever she is because of you, because
Thank
हम
you.
लोग सब.
Thank you so much.
अच्छा, so the next thing is, I would like to ask you, as a mother, when you realized that this wasn't going away, what was your, what made you feel, or let's put it like, what were you most afraid of for her?
To be honest, my most, apprehension, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
was that her going into depression
Hmm.
for a girl, and that too teenage.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said at the beginning, people, when they pass comments, they are extremely insensitive. They don't think before speaking at all.
True.
So, my biggest thing, I'm not going to be with her 24/7.
True.
By that time, she had passed out of college, school, she was in college. And I mean, I don't need to tell you that ragging hota hai, ye hota hai, wo hota hai.
Yes.
So my biggest apprehension was her not going into depression, and I tried my best. I tried my best. And thankfully, with the grace of God, she did. She did. Because I
Absolutely.
was like, whatever happens, whether it is at, in college, or whether it is among friends, or whether it is anywhere, you have to come and tell me. Together we can talk. You can vent out. Because at the end of the day, a teenager who's going through it, and there was that hope still that she'll get the hair back. The wrong diagnosis, it was like a pack of cards which came down.
Hmm.
So in spite of that, there were like anybody would tell me there is a homeopath in Jalandhar. We went there. Then there was a Baba in Chel. We went there. So it was like I said, Ved, Hakim, doctor, everything and anything. But I guess it didn't work out.
So, which means, I mean, what I would say as a parent, and as you mentioned, as a single parent, you tried every stone, I mean, tried to turn every stone, but unfortunately it didn't work. And as we know, the root causes because at the very preliminary stage or at the very beginning, it was a false
Probably
diagnosis.
had it been handled in a different manner.
Hmm.
I mean, that is what I think. I may be wrong.
Hmm.
I could be wrong, rather.
Hmm.
Had it been handled in a different manner by the
Hmm.
doctor, because he's a very good doctor.
Hmm.
I mean, his reports are taken even abroad, and they go everywhere, all across India.
Are we talking about the same doctor who did the false
Yes, the one who
diagnosis?
made the wrong diagnosis. Yes. What? Why did he do that in her case? No.
And is it still there
Yes, very
till
much.
date?
Yeah. Chandigarh, he's still in Chandigarh. Where exactly? No clue.
No clue.
Earlier on, he would sit at a particular hospital.
Okay.
Now, I don't know whether he's still there or he's opened his own. No clue. No
Okay.
clue about that.
Whatever's happened. We just cannot go back to time and we can fix it. But what we can always say is to deal the matter in the most positive manner. And I think one of the best things that you did that you opened the gates for her to communicate with you, because as you said that with the condition that she was suffering, and because she had just passed out of school, as you mentioned, and then getting into college and ragging and all that stuff is like very common. Now, of course, the laws have changed, but I can understand. We
It
are
still
talking about a
happens.
time. Yeah,
It still happens.
stories are still heard. It's not that the
Yeah.
stories had absolutely died,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think one of the best things that you did, because see, as you mentioned that you're a single parent. For a single parent, it's not easy for.
It's not
Uh,
easy. I agree.
it's absolutely. It's, I would say that you have been brave, and I think, as you said, what I can correlate the same channel, like with your father, you were transparent, you can speak anything and everything, and the sun, moon, and the roof. I think you opened the same channel for her.
It was
So
necessary. It was
it was
important.
necessary, absolutely. I think without that, it would have been a very tumultuous and a very tormenting journey for her,
I
keeping
see,
in
I
mind.
couldn't make it any easy for her.
Absolutely.
The problem had happened,
Hmm.
and like at Kanika's show recently, not
Hmm.
recently, about 2 years back. So
Hmm.
she was like very hesitant to talk about can I call it a problem? So I said, yes, it is a problem.
Hmm.
So there are people who are genuine. There are people who are, caring, concerned, but then
Hmm.
they are just a handful of them.
Absolutely.
The others, I would just say, think before you speak, or put yourself in somebody, the other person's shoes before you even open your mouth.
Absolutely. I mean, that's called, there's a word for it. It's called empathy. You should empathize with people. Absolutely. So, I wanted to ask you, what was the hardest part of watching Ankita go through this? Not for you as a person, but as her mother.
See, number one was her coming to terms with it. Because when my father was alive, we spoke to her. Okay, the wrong diagnosis has happened. Now you have two options. Wear a wig. Other option is get a hair transplant. By that, and she blankly refused. No. So the next question was, how you going to manage? People are going to, talk about it, ridicule, mock, you name it, and they've done it. And so, her thing was that I would take it as, I am. And her, one sentence that she said long back, पहले आप लोग तो मुझे accept कर लो ऐसे.
And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, they say charity begins at home.
Exactly.
So, of course, so you need to accept the person the way they are before they get accepted outside.
Exactly. And that was the last time I ever told her to wear a wig. Or ever, there are people, I remember we were in a society sometime back. And in the lift, we came across a woman. And she looks at her and she tells her, you have this problem. I said, yeah. And she says, आपने Dr. Batra को try किया? And then there was another one. She says, I make oil, some herbal oil, I don't know what. And you come to my place and I'll give you that oil. Generally, the cost, what she quoted was pretty high. And I looked at her and she said, no, I'll give you that small little bottle first free. So I wanted to say thanks, but no thanks.
So were there times that you didn't know the right thing to say? Like, were you afraid of saying the wrong thing?
Many times.
Give me one instance. Oops, I put you across
No, many times. Many times I was afraid to speak my mind out. Not really knowing how she would react. Because by that time I had given her my word that, whatever that your decision is, I am with you on that. So, the time that we had gone to that doctor, the person who asked me, "Aap kya karte ho?" And I said, I'm a teacher by profession. And he took her, in the examining table. And he, of course, because she was a young girl, so I was there with her. He said, ma'am, there are 5 symptoms of whatever treatment that you undergo. Show me one in your daughter. There were none.
So this question was asked to you by the doctor.
Yeah.
So he thinks that there are 5 symptoms, and then he asks you to.
He opened his book. The big fat book the doctors have. He opened his book. I was 2 minutes. I was like
petrified.
I was speechless. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to say. All these years that the medicine that she's eaten, the tests that we have undergone, and trust me, Shayak, I still have that file. I still have that file, which is about this thick. I have not thrown those reports away. I still have them, those ultrasound, those tests, those, multiple, the one, I don't even remember the tests that were done. But I still have kept the file. I've not thrown the papers away.
Okay.
I think, why.
Yeah, why I think is because, see, that's the one, of course, if we talk about documentation, that's a documented proof. And all the over years of pain and agony and mental distress. So it's basically.
I would say agony. No, agony is not the correct word. It is basically the mental distress.
Mental distress, yeah.
The time I think she mentioned, there was again a very famous dermatologist in Chandigarh. And so I broke down once. So can somebody please tell me? The files seems to go bigger every day, and yet no one is telling me what the problem with my daughter is. And this guy, he tells me, you told us you're a single parent, so we didn't want to upset you. Your daughter has 3 months to go. I mean, I looked at his face and I just held her hand and I came out. And I could sleep at night. I would wake, touch her, and at times she would tell me, "कुछ नहीं हुआ मुझे, सो जाओ और सोने दो."
Yeah, but
But
yeah, those kind of statements are very scary. It's like an alarm.
I mean, think, यार, you're a doctor, क्या बोल रहे हो पेशेंट को, सोच तो लो. So
Think
there are
before you speak. उसने नहीं किया, and he just said out of the blue that you have 3 months to go.
I don't know why, but that becomes a scar for somebody.
It does absolutely. I mean, if I were at your place, I would
I mean,
probably
it's so
react
many years, but we still remember that. And like I said, the journey is the same. Over the years, the journey is the same, what she's been speaking about. But of course, maybe she may have missed out one or two things. But one thing good, after her show, the video one, the one that is on YouTube. That is on YouTube also. I was very happy to see on Messenger, she was getting messages that, listening to your, interview and whatever you were speaking, we have got courage to step out. People who have the same issue, alopecia, maybe on a, lesser stage or maybe on an advanced stage. So I think that was it. And I told her, I said, if your, interview can make a difference to people, I think very right.
Absolutely, because see, these are until and unless see, ये कहानियां कहानियां जैसे आपने बोला इतने सालों की फाइल है. अगर ये बाहर नहीं आएगा, we will not know what exactly this is. Maybe
the first interview, she was very, very apprehensive. When Pallavi approached her, it took her about a week. Karu, nahi karu. Again,
she told me about it. She told me about it.
So it was, what should I do? People will laugh. People will make fun of me. I said, again, for you to decide. And even today, there are people that have over and so-called well-wishers. Yeah. She's doing it for fame, she's doing it for money, she's doing it to get attention. It's neither.
See, that is where people go wrong. Is that see, our main agenda is to spread awareness. It's not about see the monetary fact or any other materialistic fact. It's not the prime reason. Like today,
Not
if you ask me why I did this because it was in the back of my mind somewhere. I wanted to begin my journey in podcasting. And the day I knew, I had a couple of faces that just clicked into my mind. And the very first face that clicked was of Ankita. And I told her, when we were working together in the MNC that both of us we worked, I said that time we didn't talk that much because one, I did not know her. Two, like any other person, it also kind of came across my mind that what was the problem that she was going through. And three, I did not have the courage to go to her and ask, what is it? Because see, when you're in a professional environment and setup, you're bound by a lot of things. Maybe my intention is not to go and hurt her, but just as a curiosity, might want to ask that, what is your problem? And you may never know what is the state of the mind of that particular person, and you might just not, certain that how the outcome is going to be. So I just remained quiet. She's literally like a brave warrior and fighter, and I know where she gets the energy. So I'll proceed to my next question. How did your relationship with Ankita change throughout this journey? Did it bring you closer, or were there any moments that were too hard to bridge?
No, we came closer. We came closer. I think we became more of friends. Because she could talk about it. Like I told you, I wanted her to speak her out. Because the world outside is
Mean.
Mean is a very small word. I would.
Brutal.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't want her, and like I mentioned earlier, my biggest apprehension was her getting into depression, which I did not want at any cost to happen.
Mhm.
Because she's been a chirpy, bubbly. I mean, you met her,
Yeah,
in person also you met her.
absolutely.
So I didn't want all that bubbleness and, that chirpiness to just disappear.
Mm.
So I think that is when I told her that, okay, mother-daughter is one side, let's become friends. Let's talk to each other about everything. So it was not only from her side, it was from me as well. I
Mutual.
used to share almost about everything with her. Yes, over time, there have been times that, we may disagree on a number of things,
Mhm.
but I guess that happens everywhere.
When Ankita decided to go public regarding her alopecia problem, if you just spoke about that story in YouTube, I think you mentioned Kanika. What was your first feeling? Were you like worried? Were you proud? Or you had a mixed reaction?
To be very honest, when the podcast first, her first podcast was with Pallavi.
Mm-hmm.
That audio thing, it was not video.
Mm-hmm.
Not for very long, I think 20 odd minutes, something like that. But I wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
With Kanika, it was number one, she was coming on video.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, when she was speaking, it was bringing back all the memories. So that was a time, yes, it was no doubt a moment of pride, no doubt on that. But, bringing back all the memories that were buried somewhere down, going through all of that again, it's like opening the wound all over again.
Absolutely. I can
They still
feel
hurt.
so. They do. They do. And fighting it out and spreading in awareness is much more better than to sit in one particular corner and then have you know negative thoughts and you know all those kind of things.
Here
This
I'd like
is
to add something.
yes, please.
The other day, just a few days back, we
Mhm.
were, I think we were out for lunch somewhere.
Okay.
And there was a very, I mean, a group of friends together, not very
Mhm.
young,
Mhm.
maybe in their late 40s, right? And, we, as usual, when we go out, we're laughing, we're giggling like that, and talking about something and laughing about it.
Mhm.
So finally, when we finished with our lunch and everything, about to get up, then one of them approached us. And she says, I've been wanting to come to your table for a very long time. And finally, I did. So 2 minutes, I looked at her. I thought, what is the thing? So she asked her, Ankita, is this a style statement? Your hair. So 2 minutes, I was like, at such times, I don't open my mouth. I wait for her to respond. And she says, no, this is the problem. But yes, I thank you if you're telling me. And then, she complimented on her smile. You have a very pretty smile. So that, many people mistake her hair to be also a style statement.
I told her today, you know what, Ankita? I see more hair on your head than I saw at that point of time. Something good is happening. And maybe it is a blessing of Guruji that something good is really, really, really happening. So I'm very proud of
Yeah,
it. And if people come up to you and compliment about your smile, and if your this thing is a style statement, let it be wear it with pride and Ellen rather than to
yeah,
cover it with a fake wig.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, Auntie. So we are almost about to reach towards the end, but couple of questions. I hope so far so good. You're enjoying.
Absolutely.
I hope there's nothing out of the blue or unexpected.
Nothing.
Okay. So, Auntie, This is like a message to the world. What do you want to say to every mother out there whose child is going through something the world doesn't fully understand? Like basically from one mother to another mother.
I would say stand with your child through thick and thin. Let them know they are not alone. And most important, teach them, empathy, teach them sympathy, teach them to think before they open their mouth. I
True.
mean, they are at times ruthless.
I absolutely agree with you. I
It
mean,
is, yes, very, very painful. So if, and like everything, the first learning that happens at home.
absolutely.
So if the parents, can teach the basics to the children, I think it would be much better.
I
Almost,
absolutely
I
agree.
think everyone has some problem or the other. Every household has some issues or the other. But then don't let that child feel that she is or he is alone.
True.
You are in the background, but let him know that he or she is not alone. You are there.
True.
Through thick and thin, you are there for the child.
True.
So this is exactly what I tell her, that I am there as long
Supportive
as I'm
system.
there. She's become the typical mother hen these days.
Mother.
मदर हैन बन गई है बिल्कुल, ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना, ऐसे नहीं करना, वैसे नहीं करना.
Huh.
तो
No, she's just see. It's. I think it's like I can correlate this to my parents. जो बचपन में हमको भी ना करते थे कभी अब हम भी उनको बोलते हैं ये मत करो वो मत करो. So I think
absolutely.
it's a cycle that goes and comes back at a particular stage of your life. So what I was trying to say that I would have started this probably last year when I thought of doing my podcasting journey. But that time I came to know that you were unwell, so I thought, okay,
Hmm.
let's once you recover, because I wanted you to be there because none of the podcast probably you were the backbencher.
I've not been there.
So what message would you give to that every person who is watching or listening, or maybe is hiding something about themselves because they're afraid? What would be a message to those people?
कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना.
Oh, that's tough. I said the same song that you just said. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे क्योंकि लोगों का काम है ही कहना. Absolutely.
So, my father used to say, if you can look at yourself in the mirror every morning,
Mm-hmm.
eyes straight on,
Mm-hmm.
you've done nothing wrong. The day तुम अपने आप से नजरें चुराओगे, इसका मतलब तुमने कुछ तो गड़बड़ करा है
कुछ
कहीं.
दाल ये काला है.
So I
Okay.
teach her the same.
Absolutely.
Your
And
conscience needs to be very clear.
absolutely. So, Auntie, the last question, and you can absolutely take a deep sigh of relief. So, is
Not
this
at all. I
something?
enjoyed this.
I'm glad.
No,
I'm
honestly,
glad.
I enjoyed.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So, is there something that you have been wanting to say to your daughter Ankita that you haven't quite found the right moment? Uh, if you want to, you can say it right now. Nothing.
I love you to the moon and back.
Moon and back. I think you're the most sweetest parent that I've actually come across. I'm actually, as I'm saying, is as I've probably, interviewed so many people, but where I stay, I do come across parents and stuff like that. But the conversation that we had today, it is absolutely 100%, totally what you feel. Because I said this to her that let it be as natural as possible. We don't want this to sound scripted.
It is just, what is, see, because this is this is a journey that both of us have undergone.
Hmm.
So it is not, the journey is not going to change. The journey is going to be the same. It is just that, maybe she missed out some instances because it's a long journey. It's been a very, very long journey.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I'm thankful for the people who have stood with us through the journey. Of course, I won't name them. When they
Absolutely
watch
no.
the show, they know that they are going to be, who
See,
they
that
are.
is what हम वो एक चीज कहते हैं ना, समझदार को इशारा ही काफी है.
बिल्कुल,
So see,
बिल्कुल.
one thing that is what I made very clearly, that we are not going to do any naming and all that stuff,
Hmm.
because that really doesn't help. Because that's not the
No, no
motto.
point.
That's not the motto
Yeah,
of this podcast. The motto is to spread awareness and
right.
how to support people if you ever know somebody who's suffering where you stay. Because
It's most
positivity,
important never ridicule anyone,
ridicule,
never body
absolutely.
shame. You
I have
don't
used
know the
to
other person's side of the
pain.
story. You only, and many people are hiding behind a facade. When that comes off, then it's
इसी मेरे को एक
so
गाना याद आ गया. पर्दे में रहने दो, पर्दाना उठाओ, पर्दा जो उठ
true.
गया तो फार्श हो जाएगा.
नहीं, यहाँ ऐसे कोई सीक्रेसी वाला नहीं है, बट
हाँ,
ठीक है. So
absolutely.
it is the journey that was there, of course. Up yesterday we were at some place, and the lady only commented, Ankita, तुम्हारे बाल देखो अब अच्छे से आने लगे हैं.
I
So I
also
said,
said that.
wow, yeah,
I also said that.
yeah. So and then she came to me also, आंटी आपने अब देखा अंकिता के बाल? मेरे को, मैं रोज देखती हूँ, मैं बोलती नहीं हूँ.
Of
Yeah.
course, you are her mother, so वो तो बात है ही ना.
हाँ.
हाँ.
So
नहीं, but see,
and
that is a good way.
and I think जब से गुरुजी से कनेक्ट हुई हूँ, my life
हाँ.
has taken a 360-degree turning.
That
I mean,
reminds
I
me,
am a changed person.
I have his
Wow.
picture.
Wow. Jai
It is
Guruji.
here. Jai Guruji.
Yeah.
I always have it next to my desk, so plans. So I'm very thankful to you that you gave me your precious time to speak.
Pleasure's all ours. It
And
is
I
like I
just
enjoyed it. No, honestly, I enjoyed
absolutely
it.
that you
Thank
have
you,
given me
Shayak.
this great opportunity to speak to you, and I hope, and I pray, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that may this get a lot of positivity sending to the both of you. That's all I can pray
Thank you
today.
so much. Thank you so much. And all the best.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. Jai
Bye.
Guruji.
Jai Guruji.
Jai
Bye.
Guruji, Auntie. Bye.
We are ending this special episode. Sincere thanks to you, Ankita, and Mrs. Suri, thank you. I'm Shayak Munshi, your host. Keep looking beyond the mirror.